1 p.m. Pakistan Standard Time. Assalamu alaikum. This is Radio Pakistan. The news read by Daman Zaman. The headlines. The President and the Prime Minister have reiterated the nation's firm resolve to stamp out the menace of terrorism from the country. The security forces have killed 30 Indian-sponsored terrorists in an intelligence-based operation in Orakzai district. At the United Nations, Pakistan has urged India to pursue a path of dialogue and diplomacy. Israel has approved the first phase of a Gaza deal, which will lead to a ceasefire in the next 24 hours. And now the news in detail. The President Asif Ali Zardari and the Prime Minister Mohammad Shahbaz Sharif have commended the security forces for their brave and successful operation against the Indian-backed Khawarij terrorists in District Orakzai. In their separate statements, they paid tribute to the armed forces for busting the network of Indian-sponsored Fitna al-Khawarij. The President said the incessant successes against terrorism are a symbol of our unwavering resolve. The Prime Minister, in his statement, said the officers and personnel of the security forces are engaged in safeguarding the motherland against the enemy by risking their lives. He reiterated the government's resolve to stamp out the menace of terrorism from the country. The security forces in an intelligence-based operation have killed 30 Indian-sponsored Khawarij terrorists involved in the terrorist incident in Jamal Maya area of Orakzai district. According to ISPR, the terror incident in Orakzai district has resulted in the shahadat of brave sons of the soil, including Lieutenant Colonel Junaid Tariq and Major Tayyab Rahat. Sanitization operations are being conducted to hunt and eliminate any other Indian-sponsored Kharji in the area. The President Asif Ali Zardari has reaffirmed the government's commitment to make mental health a national priority. In his message on the occasion of the World Mental Health Day being observed today, he urged all the segments of the society to join hands in eliminating the stigma and promoting compassion for those facing psychological challenges. The President stressed the importance of open dialogue within families, schools, workplaces, and communities to foster resilience and understanding. He extended his solidarity to all those in Pakistan and around the globe who live with mental health challenges. Pakistan says India has always used the bogey of terrorism to advance its territorial ambitions and hegemonic designs in South Asia. In a right of reply at the United Nations General Assembly, Pakistan's First Secretary Zulfikar Ali said the hollow claims of being the world's largest democracy cannot hide India's subversive activities against its neighbours. He said instead of reveling in its fanciful hegemonic designs, India would do well to fulfill the solemn promises and international and legal obligations it made to the people of the occupied Jammu and Kashmir by implementing United Nations Security Council resolutions. He also urged India to pursue a path of dialogue and diplomacy, not one of brinkmanship or belligerence, which could drag our region to the brink of a precipice. Israel has approved the first phase of a Gaza deal, which will lead to a ceasefire in the next 24 hours. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's office says the Israeli military will withdraw to a line that will leave it in control of about 53% of Gaza, while Hamas will release 20 living hostages within 72 hours. Israel will also release about 250 Palestinian prisoners serving life terms and 1,700 detainees from Gaza. The United Nations says hundreds of aid lorries will also carry food, medicine, and fuel to Gaza's 2 million people, most of whom have been displaced. The United Nations Emergency Relief Coordinator Tom Fletcher says his team has prepared a detailed humanitarian plan to deliver aid across Gaza. Speaking to journalists in New York via video from Riyadh, he outlined the plan to deliver food, medical supplies, water, shelter, and education for the 2 million in need across Gaza. The United Nations Relief Chief stressed the importance of protecting civilians, clearing unexploded ordnance, and focusing on the needs of children. Cricket. In the ICC Women's World Cup, the match between Bangladesh and New Zealand will be played at Guwahati in India today. The match will start at 2:30 p.m. And that is the end of this news bulletin. For more news and analyses, log on to our website radio.gov.pk, and you can also watch the live video streaming of our bulletins on the link facebook.com/Radio Pakistan News Official.